Good morning, everyone. This is Jedi with another car video. So, what I wanted to talk about today is how to make 2025 your glow up year. And I want to talk about two main aspects, and then I have a bonus aspect that really ties them both together. So, the most intriguing one for us as humans is the physical aspect. So, physically, I believe that the best way to glow up physically is to love who you see in the mirror. And that's not even restricted to your body type. If you're overweight, of course being overweight in certain aspects can be unhealthy, and you should always monitor your health and get checkups and see how your blood is doing, your blood work. But if you look in the mirror and you're overweight and you love yourself and you have confidence, then you've already won. Really, when it comes to taking care of your body, when it comes to going for aesthetics, it's a confidence thing. And it's not even necessarily the appeal of other people, because people have their types. People have their interests in things that they're attracted to. And that's a diverse spectrum of things. So you don't have to be this one Hollywood portrayed type to be attractive or to have had a glow up. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you love yourself, you've already won. You're already there. If you don't, there are things that are within your control that you can change, like your weight, for example. For me, I ended up hitting 295 last year, 2024, largest I've ever been. And for me, I had very little confidence in that state, because I remember even when I was a teenager, I knew that I wasn't going to pass 300 pounds. I just knew that wasn't for me. That wasn't my life. My 300-pound life, that wasn't for me, respectfully. So in that, once I hit 295, because I was dodging the scale for a while, once I stepped on that scale, for me, that was enough for me to make a change. And of course, health came in after that. But the confidence is what I was seeking by taking care of my body initially. But if you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't have those feelings of self-loathing and hatred, you're good. Of course, take care of your health. I'll always advocate for that. But the physical isn't about how other people see you. It's how you see yourself, because how you see yourself will reflect in how other people see you. And that kind of transitions into the mental. So the mental is what catapults that physical. A lot of times what's going on mentally will reflect in our physique, in our eyes. People can tell when we're struggling. People can tell when we're carrying heavy burdens. Perceptive people, I'll say. And the mental aspect is so important. Taking care of your health and journaling, showing gratitude, praying, spending time in isolation just to recharge, just to hear the voice of God, just listen and just tap in to yourself. A lot of times we get so occupied that we ignore what's going on within, but we have to address those things, because if we start carrying those things and maintaining those burdens, it'll crumble. Like, we'll crumble. It will be that feather that lands on the camel's back and everything just falls apart. So if you keep God as your foundation, if you have healthy boundaries to know what you can and can't do, that will result in the physical. That mental glow up will only reflect in the physical. So it starts mentally and it goes physically. And a bonus one, I want to talk about the spiritual aspect as well. Because as humans, we're always working towards something. Whether it's possessions, whether it's relationships, whether it's circumstances. I read a book recently. I was kind of late to it, but it's called Who Moved My Cheese? And it's a real short read. It's basically a big old analogy about how to deal with change. And it's good. It was very good. And it definitely framed the way that I see change. I experienced a lot of changes in 2024 that definitely attacked my spiritual life. But like I said earlier, if you keep that foundation, that firm foundation, you'll be good. Because if you attach yourself too much to certain outcomes, it'll destroy you when it inevitably doesn't turn out the way that you planned. We can make plans, but ultimately only God knows how things are going to happen, when they're going to happen, and he doesn't always have to tell us. Like, I used to think that he would always tell me. Of course, he tells us how to handle things, but we're not meant to know every detail. I swear, if I knew every detail, even though I want to know the details, if I knew every detail, I probably would have been quit this life thing a while ago. So I'm thankful that even on this path, it has a lot of highs and lows, that ultimately I know where my help comes from. And I know that with that foundation, God doesn't change. He stays the same. He's always good. If I keep that as my foundation, that helps my mental health, which reflects into the physical health. So that's really the key, having those foundations, because as humans, we have emotions, we have feelings, we have grudges, we have all this stuff that just comes with being human. And if we base our perception of ourselves and other people off of those things, man, it's like a ship in a thunderstorm, man. It's crazy. So the key to really glowing up is finding balance, finding stability, and we can only find that in God. So in that, everything will reflect that. If you spend that time in private, if you spend that time just looking at yourself in the mirror, giving yourself an appraisal, if you spend that time taking care of your body, if you spend that time eating right, you will feel better, you will look better, and people will perceive you better. And that's the goal. I just want to reflect God well. I don't want people to look at me and be like, oh. I don't want them to be like, oh, okay. You know? I want them to be like, something about him. There's something about him. That's my goal. So hopefully that's your goal too. Hopefully that's something for you to ponder on. But I'm about to make it to my stop. So I hope that y'all have a great day. I hope that y'all stay consistent in your endeavors. Be realistic with your expectations of yourself and show yourself grace. But love y'all. All right.